You shall not pass.
Calm down, Spawn.
All right. It is time for the pirates to sail. This looking to be our most piratey crew yet, hopefully. We'll see how into it we totally get. Bunch of psychopaths drinking were called for a mission, did the mission really well, and have found themselves given a ship. Strangely. And responsibility and a mission. So, our people, Glenn, Robin, Amlan, Bikava, Shin, and Miraster, all having successfully saved Darktoe from annihilation, were asked to set sail on a very, very long journey, a mission that could take a year or more, in order to go to Western Isera. They have chosen to go across the known world and not venture into the unknown areas of Exandria, and are seeking to get there. However, as you might imagine, after being weeks and months at seas in the legs, they are going to have to get off the boat, take a week, take some time, get into some trouble, and all those types of things as they move through this arena in order to complete their mission. However, we are at the very beginning today. Ooh, the Twilight Devil. I like that. So, we shall set our scene. Are we on the Twilight Devil, y'all?
Yes.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. The entire, well, not entire, but a good portion of denizens have turned out for the christening of a new ship. This is the first ship with the maneuverability technology that has been developed, and sees already Darktoe pushing itself beyond naval capacities that were. And while all have been crippled, this leap forward is quite remarkable. You're aware of one of the seven is here, though they had said that they are not interested in making themselves known. Just being one of the seven merchants that moved around the world that were all here when Darktoe was attacked some time ago. They are keeping eyes and looking at this new ship, and it has been put on, whether wisely or out of obligation, to the crew of the Twilight Devil. This rather ragtag officer crew that has been recruiting. My one question is, what? How did you recruit your crew? Where did you go from more Hellions like yourself, or are you trying to get different ones, like everyone at a bar who could ever throw a coin the best?
I feel like we all had like a task to like get a set number. Like we all get like 9 or 10 or whatever it is to fill out the group.
Yeah.
And mine you would have had to make a children's short story, and the people with the best short story won.
So it's just characters from like Grimm fairy tales.
Explain what?
I just thought that at least I know they would be creative enough to be enjoyable during a long ride.
Oh, so they could just come up with stories.
Yeah, and then I just and then I teach them how to tie knots. Like that's the easy part. You can't teach a motherfucker to be creative and fun and entertaining, tell stories during a long ship ride. I can always teach someone how to do knots.
So you got yours, and anyone else want to share just how they got their crew?
Robin probably went like barstool by barstool, asking, "Hey, do you want to go? Do you want to join my crew? No, cool. Hey, do you want to come join my crew? No, cool. Hey, do you want to come join my crew? No, cool." Barstool until he got like maybe 5, and then he just went like outside and started asking people on the street, "Hey, you want to join my crew?" And then when he eventually got like 2 more, he went and got like his couple buddies who he made like on Dark Tones, like who were almost as like scatterbrained and like very distractible as him, and got them to join the crew as well.
Nice. Leos.
I'm naming all the people that I promoted.
So, go ahead.
Oh, Glenn I probably took some of the. As a cleric, I feel like I've worked with Thola before, though as a much older man than Thola, was like, hey, I've done my time. Like, I'll help around when I can, but normally I was out drinking or smoking. But so some of the rowdier, like, acolytes from the temple of like healers or the druids, of like the druids we actually like, because I am part druid. Something like that, or people like learning those things. So people probably living on like the outskirts of town, like in the forests, not necessarily people that were strictly living in abodes in the main city center, whatever we want to call it.
Mirror Store's choices in terms of crew members would be very narrow, actually, in perspective. He'd be looking for basically bursars, like people who are good at math, or at least don't lose counts, who can recall the goods come in and off the ship, and have some solid idea of what the trade value of various goods are. Because as a trader, or as someone who is willing to put some risk on the line, especially dicey things like, drugs or similar, like things that should be hitting the hold. He's looking for people he can trust. So he's looking for 4 or 5 people for the ship that can just keep good count and provide him solid, not challenging advice on what to buy and sell.
Nice.
Who's next? Me?
Yeah.
You? All right. So, to preface this, Omelan's not actually supposed to be there. What I mean is, realizing how much free stuff was just being given out to, the heroes of Darktome, why wouldn't any person with a silver tongue want to ride the coattails? So night after night, as people were getting drunk and revelers and stuff, I'd be like, oh yeah, I was there. Oh yeah, I did this, and so I kind of built a little bit of like a folktown hero legacy, but it was really believable. So people actually thought I was going out and doing these things to the point where they thought I was part of the crew. Until one time, Dajjal actually walked in half drunk to the bar I was at, and I had to make up something on the spot. He laughed, said he liked the way the moon glistens off of my shiny skull. And hey, I'm hired, so now I'm on payroll. And I can't get out of this. And now I just, whoever, made me laugh, they're a part of the crew, help.
Oh yeah. So we got a whole bunch of funny people and storytellers and trusting fuckers. I love it.
Vic has just spent his time either with, like, he was on pirate ships for quite a while, and like he transitioned over. He's kind of just been like, hey, whatever can get me drunk the easiest is what I'm gonna do, and just trying to get by from drink to drink. And so the crew members that he's got are basically low lifes. They're the dregs that he hangs out with in bars, that he's gotten off of other pirate ships that moved over to with the transition of power. So they're they're the mean motherfuckers. They're the just heavy, just not very smart guys, but you know what? They're the guys that you want in your corner if in a fight.
All right, is that everybody? Okay, so with that, we have they ready to go. And it is christened as Cassandra, the adjacent to the Plank King, throws a bottle of Empire wine at it. Goes, all right, you have your mission. Good luck. And there's cheers that go around. Arcane cannons fly all around, signaling that you are to be off. You've been given several things, including the generality of your mission, that to make contact with this pirate island to see how many might be there, and to get onto some type of terms with it, especially one where having an island like that to do more nefarious things while Darktoe is moving to the legitimate world a little bit to keep itself moving, and having those two in an invisible handshake. Essentially, not much is known except that a captain by the name of the Bear provided the initial coordinates that you are to be following. The thing is, while there are some sea routes initially, much past Marquette, there are no routes. No one really knows any of that, nor do you know of people who traverse that area. So after that, it is essentially anybody's guess on the best way to proceed. Now, Captain, where is the first port of call that you are going to in your journey?
We are heading to Teldore, specifically Ortem Velak.
Okay. Very good. Then navigators. I think that's about a 3-leg journey. Give me them navigation checks.
Navigation. That's cool. That's gonna be a 19.
Okay. So on the first week, it is fairly smooth moving away from Darktoe onto one of the more established trade routes. And with that, it is quicker after you get away from Darktoe. There's always trickier sailing out among since there's not necessarily a good way in and out. But you navigate pretty smoothly. Let's give our second check. Second navigation navigator.
Sorry, I was distracted. I was having to get a cat out of a room. Another navigation that's gonna be 22.
22.
22.
All right, then give me one last one.
That was cocked. That's gonna be a 16.
16. This is close. That is good to go. What are you flying as representatives of Darktoe? Ultimately, just your flags that you were flying.
Yeah, for the time being.
We're not even like merchant of people.
Yeah.
We're just like a regular like pirate there, Glenn. Or Captain Glenn.
Well, we're not merchants. We have no goods to sell. I think just whatever flag was kind of set up as the pseudo, like, oh, we're gonna protect the ships that we are allied with
You can
from
fly no
other
flag.
potential. Oh, well then, yeah, but in port, I think Darktoe, because we've established things. So yeah, Darktoe. Just regular Darktoe, not merchants per se.
Good then. All right. With that, then you come in. You begin approaching the port of Ormflock, one that you had not been in previously.
Captain, I'll be below decks preparing some ointment.
We'll find out.
That's very I don't like that smell. Saying after Mir Astrid goes below deck. Mm-mm.
As long as it doesn't bring up any issues with the dock, I don't care what ointments you're making.
Captain, I think someone's due for a promotion. If you want to give one out, it'd be nice. Boost morale.
Do you have anybody in mind?
Well, it would be nice to give someone a break, or give Robin a break. I don't think he likes being a lookout very much, but maybe we can promote someone to be his understudy.
What are you thinking? A new navigator, then?
Yeah, I think so. Actually, I have a great storyteller for you. His name is Bruce Armando. I don't know if that's actually his real name, but I call him Brucey.
Bruce, the one that's always talking those wild stories of adventures he's surely not had.
Yeah.
He's also always brooding in the corner.
always good. I think he lost his parents when he was older, but sometimes when that happens, you have to create ways to keep yourself occupied.
Well, if you think he's up for it. Bruce, congratulations. You're studying under Robin from now on.
So,
Thank you.
Robin, hearing his name shouted across the deck, he turns around from talking to like one of the people like he was friends with before, like bringing that one to the crew, and just like, what? What?
You're training old Bruce there.
He's got great stories.
Okay.
You're always complaining about having to navigate, so
The salt just kind of messes with my nose. I'm getting used to it though. It'll be good to have someone else running that.
you were
Cool.
living on an island. What do
I
you mean the salt's bothering you still?
I have a sensitive nose. It's the salt mixed with the fish that sometimes doesn't work, depending on the fish.
You know, there's this thing you can do to keep that out. It's called cover your nose. Handkerchief.
I thought they made something. We should look into that.
Then it just smells like handkerchief, and it's like, ooh. He sees like just a bird fly above head and just like walks that way, just following it.
Mirror Store pops out of the bottom deck for a second and looks at Robin and says, "How are you still alive?" And Bob down again.
Wordlessly passes you.
Really, Marasta, you're asking that in front of me? The one that's been keeping all of you dummies alive?
More technically, well, yes.
You
Yes,
guys
exact
die
question.
when I say so, and not a minute sooner.
As a captain should, but certain ones seem fragile.
Can I volunteer for death? I ran out of booze like 3 days ago.
I can help you with that, but not right now.
Applications for death are not currently being accepted. Vic.
That's bullshit.
I have
Hey.
certain inhalants that you might never mind.
You signed up for this gig.
But I don't remember doing so.
Well, if you
Oh, it
put
should
down
be
the
mute.
bottle...
I can also fix that.
No, I need him to have his hands, Miraster.
No, the hands are fine. Memory is the problem.
So what's our plan in Port? We stay long. I
Not if-
would
Not if we're planning to get there in any reasonable amount of time, but we can stay a day or two.
I'd say import is so you're looking at 1 to 2 weeks
Oh, okay.
as you get restock, and there's general things within there. It's still you just can't push your crew that hard.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll be
So-
here for
But if you're going to port, I can describe the port. We kind of interrupted as I was getting there,
Oh, sorry.
which is okay. No, it's okay. You were talking as you're going in. If you want to RP more at the sea those weeks, I'm totally okay. You just tell me when you want to arrive in port.
I guess after a little bit of that banter, we'll arrive and take in the sights since none of us ever been here.
Yeah.
Of crap, I closed all the maps.
Port Velek, right?
Yeah.
Approaching the edge of Taldori here. Strikes you is a rather large black iron ship that is about a mile off of coast. Its flag bears the meaning of approach and make yourself known. Beyond it, you can see the cliffs and mountain peaks of the southern edge of Taldore. They rise enormously high and are dark, storm clouds that are above, casting a shadow as the sun is behind them currently onto the sea. So as you get closer, there's this idea of coming out of the light into darkness, though obviously still able to see. Beyond, you can see the port city of Orton Valak, or at least what you can make out of it. It seems almost to have itself regurgitated out of the side of rock, mountain, and cliff. There are both wooden platforms with homes and such things built on the side of the rock, as well as what looks like holdout and carved out domiciles and places where one could go in. The dock itself looks as though it was built on large protruding rock faces that come out and are sharp edged. And you can see about a place where about 15 ships could dock at once. From those lead into this nearly vertical city that also seems to go into the face of the mountains. Some of them seem to be rather expanded out far, these platforms, maybe even 100 feet that come forward, where some are so skinny you think you'd have to put one foot in front of the other to get between them. It's very ramshackle engineering that seems to be moving on here. You can hear the sounds echoing across the water of trade, of auctioning, of bargaining, even of gaming and debauchery, all coming through. Even from this distance, it is plain to see that the majority, both aboard the ship you're approaching and back there, seem to be creatures with greenish and red and gray skin.
Are they taller, muscular?
Various.
Okay.
Ship itself, you see a very stately horned hobgoblin that stands out on the dock.
My people!
Wearing a black cloak that holds up a flag that's simply waiting for a response of, are you approaching? Basically, are you non-aggressively approaching is a question that is asked.
Captain, they want to make sure that we are approaching in a non-aggressive manner.
Shin, do you think I don't know what these flags mean? You know how long I've been a captain?
You're old, and I'm worried about your eyes.
Yes. Raise the correct flag, Shin.
He shakes his head, and he goes over and he does it.
Over this
climbs up.
journey, could Vic have tried to deduce how long he's actually been a captain with his many years of many years of sailing?
Yeah, I don't know how you want to deduce that, but
Just like from his various commands to how he's running stuff.
Does he got weathered hands? He look like he knows how to tie a knot.
oh, like he's got like leather for skin. So
Oh!
Don't they?
yeah, he's. Okay, I guess this is a great time to just explain what
Yeah.
I look like.
Yeah, everyone look. Let's go see what your characters look like here. Maybe.
So, Glenn Lifeberry has, fairly weathered and like leathery. Somehow managed to still keep fairly fair-skinned. Somehow, likely because of all the armor he wears. Very heavy plate mail that is very prominently green with life or vine iconography kind of like etched into it. when he's on Darktoe, consistently has just all kinds of small birds floating around as I regularly feed them good berries while drinking or smoking. 6'1" when I'm standing upright, but you know, I'm older, so I slouch a good amount of the time. So probably when just hanging about, probably closer to like 5'10", 5'11". Though in our combats, you know, standing strong, keeping everybody alive, whitish gray hair, kind of like in that in between where it didn't quite go fully white, isn't just straight gray, with a full beard, and just amber eyes that are still bright for his age. As to how long he's captain of this ship, probably of a sloop for a number of years, and before that, probably just like a fishing ship that, you know, he had. So not slowly got progressively bigger boats or captain of bigger boats, but it's not like he's captaining wasn't like his profession throughout the years. He just kind of fell into the positions.
Okay, but he has actually been doing it. He's not like Armin, who just says that he has. Just making sure.
No grand adventures like Armin, but
Oh, I guess I can go.
Okay.
Shin has been only out for quite some time, and if you've known him at the bars that he would frequent and hear the random stories of everyone that would come in because he thinks drunk people have the funniest stories. He would get carded frequently because he was down to your Shin. He just standing a head above. He was very short, but as his knowledge and his talking and his magic increased, he actually grew out of nowhere. Huge growth spurt, awesome, and now he has a new refined confidence in himself and trying to tell stories himself. He thinks that's very fun, but you can frequently see him talking to himself. You don't know whether it's because he's practicing stories or he's talking to someone. He will constantly also read into your mind, and his sea foam green skin is almost like a bright beacon and reflects pretty nicely in the sun there with his bald head and his long ears. He is also always looking into like a crystal into the sun and things like that. Seems aloof, but pretty capable.
Nice.
Vikvar is he looks like he's in his maybe mid-30s, 40s, but you can tell he's got some elf in him because he's got some pretty long ears tucked beneath his hat, and has a longbow strapped to his back all the time, constantly drinking as long as he's got drink to drink. But he's a lot actually older than he looks. Like I said, he's probably close to 70 or 80. He's got a bit more elf in him than non-elf, but not quite a full elf. Dark skin, matted dreadlocks sticking out the back that he keeps tied up, goatee, just and kind of, for the most part, a semi-disheveled look going on at all times. Like, he could be put together, he's just choosing not to most of the time. But very at home on a ship, also.
Nice. Next.
Who's left? Just me?
You and Omelan and
And Robin, yeah. Well, Robin looks gnomish in stature, maybe a bit taller than gnome. He's probably sitting about 3 to 3.5 feet tall. He's probably a little bit taller than gnome. And he's got moderately kept, but also very shaggy, swept back black hair. He somehow always has like some level of dirt on him from just walking somewhere, just aimlessly. Also, like, got those kind of like Aaron Yeager type, like when he's like out of the Titan form, like just those streaks like down his face. I got someone yelling in the other room, and contrary to his stature slung over his back almost all times, so you never ever see him use it, is just a great axe. He just has it worn on his back like an accessory.
I'll take next. Miristor is an awkwardly skinny wood elf. Almost like he doesn't remember to eat sometimes. He's got this like wiry complexion, and maybe some pops or boils around him that make it obvious that he doesn't really care very much about his physical health. It just happens or doesn't happen as nature wills. He, from record, left Elven civilization relatively early in life because he wouldn't really accept that much. He's got a habit of acquiring things like hallucinogenic dust or paralytic mold or poisonous sap or mind-altering toads based on, just a general sense of like curiosity, like a psychotropic concept of the world being more complex or more interesting than it initially appears. He's probably been mentioned a few times for the human wreckage he leaves behind, maybe failed assassination plots or like love potions gone wrong or like angry nobles that he sold something to that didn't actually get what they wanted. But like he's okay-ish, but like he's on the move. He doesn't want to leave his history too close behind him.
Omelan, often whistling to himself in periods of downtime, generally wears an unassuming leather trench cloak coat thing. Not really sure what to describe it, but for some reason the whole left arm, well, he knows that there's a reason. The whole left arm has been completely ripped off. Arm's still there, the sleeve rather. And that's because sometimes when he's in the mood, the lute, which is actually fastened and built into his left arm, will pop out, kind of like a wing set, and he'll start to play. From there, he sits too close to the side of the ship for too long, gets some verdigris, and has to clean the little green spots off of his body, which is normally a copper bronze color with some almost looks like teak wood hues and some purple eyes. And generally likes to be laying about. Doesn't like to move very often.
Very cool. And it is with this that you signal the ship and they direct you to pull up alongside of them. And extend a metal plank over for the officer crew to come aboard and to do the necessary docking procedure.
Yep.
Okay.
What are y'all both waiting for? Let's go.
Shit. Noticing that there's a lot of goblin like people on this boat, I am definitely listening in their conversations because I speak goblin.
Yeah, various goblin, bugbear, hobgoblin around, all busy moving about. And you can see immediately here there is this almost red smog and smoke given off from the ship. It's as if there's engines that are being used to keep it afloat in the water itself. And as it stands still between the two ships, it starts to build up almost like an additional Red Sea beneath you as you cross over.
Is there a concern about inhalation or poison or something, or is it just like normal sort of how they do business?
They don't seem overly concerned. As you breathe in, it definitely isn't pleasant. You don't think you'd like to get down there, but at the current height, it's probably okay once or twice. And getting on the deck itself, you see the captain, again, in this black cloak, this curved hobgoblin horns. Beside him and much larger is a somewhat furry bugbear woman, dressed in brown leather armor, and holds a scimitar on her side. It's holstered. And then to his other side, you see a minute yellow-skinned goblin. Very, very sharp teeth. Eyes slit open almost the wrong way. Their skin having splotches of red upon it. And you can see that they have various pouches that you recognize as commonly used for spellcasting. Captain speaks. Good day. You have come to the shores. Are you here to dock and resupply? Or what other business might you have?
Go ahead. What were you saying, Shin?
Sorry, just resupplying the. Honestly, I've never been here before.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
It is not common, except those who have official business, which you have not been on our list, so I see you do not have this business. Welcome to Ultim Valak. We are the third grand city of the Zam Empire, the Iron Authority itself.
Oh, sweet. You guys are real tough. At least that's what I hear.
Yeah, I've heard stories of y'all. There's, which general runs this city?
You ask the general that runs why you need this information. Suddenly gets very suspicious.
I just heard stories that there was 4 generals under Sarm. That's all.
Dude.
He asks way too many questions. Old men, they just don't know when to lose their teeth.
Interesting bit of trivia to you.
How does one not hear about the stories of the Great Iron Authority?
So great. So great.
Like, he just really looks at you for a moment. Good. Very
Here,
well
I'm-
then.
I'm
You
sorry,
may
let me introduce
go
myself.
forward.
Captain Glenn Lifeberry. And I extend a hand. Are you one for tobacco?
Yes.
If I may, I'm just going to, and I pull out like a little bag, and I pull out a seed, and I just start druid crafting, get it to blossom, and like then like dry out with shape water and whatnot. The combination of those two, like this is by far my favorite blend, and I just hand him those leaves for him to take.
And roll and smoke.
Preferably.
Yeah.
Mirasha looks very carefully at the leaves produced and leans over a little bit and smells.
Does he smell and look disappointed?
He doesn't offer an obvious opinion.
I want to, but I want to know what your face says.
Buyers and sellers have different looks.
And then Robin will kind of like step up behind and like hold up a handkerchief and says, "Sorry, your nose is running. I might think you might have a cold," and just hand him a handkerchief.
Which one? The bugbear?
The captain.
Oh,
I'm just running with like, oh, man sneeze, let's go. Just hands him a handkerchief. There you go. It looks like I might be catching a cold soon.
I see. Thank you. Just sort of like
You're welcome. And he'll just turn around and just like walk back onto the ship.
Robin, where are you going?
Huh? Oh, and just walks back over to you guys.
Well, is there any events going on tonight? I know that you guys could throw mean parties. Yeah.
this is. There's General Thrag Deja is over Autumnvelic.
I'm assuming you're going to give that to me typed out somewhere.
Yeah.
And this general likes parties, right?
Certainly. You can find merriments various places here. But ultimately, what I need from all of you, this for resupply and such things, that is 50 gold. Make use of the Empire's resources.
So, Matt, how much gold does our ship have? And I
Oh.
still have. I'm still rocking my 15 gold from when we made these characters, like right before.
If we're using the sample that we were given for the ship,
Oh, right.
it
Okay.
would be shit. I just had it.
I hope it's not
Where'd
shit.
you go? I miss
If
you
it's in like
so.
the
I mean, I was gonna say the
Prize?
same thing. I really hope it's not shit, because that would suck.
would it be like
Okay.
the prize
Uh,
thing between upgrades and armament? That says 8,500. But that's also that. I'm just looking at that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we would have some money as a
Yeah,
ship.
I would say you probably start with 3,000 gold in the ship
Okay.
to take care of various things. 'Cause you also have to resupply when you get there and that type of thing. So,
Right. All right, quartermaster, you got that?
As the doc asks for money, Mirror Store will flash by hands alone They're idiots. Play along. We'll pay.
So it's over the 50 gold. Goes excellent.
What's your name?
My name. I am Captain Aris.
Nice to meet you, Aris. Shin.
Shin. Good to meet you. Welcome aboard the Bloody Chain.
Ooh. You guys drew a good stick.
I want to tell you immediately that those traveling, though you bear the flag of Darktoe, we have seen your kind before. We have our rules, that is, you may not interfere with our economy.
Does that mean we can't buy things?
No, that means they got their certain ways of going about things, and if you don't like it, well, you could probably just get off the port. You might see some things you might not like.
Indeed.
When you say you've seen our flag before, I am intrigued, in fact. Has there been a previous disturbance of some kind we should know about?
It is not uncommon for those to visit Orton Valak to take offense at our particular trade, that of people.
Slavery, you mean?
Yes. This. Well, it is certainly up to you. If you wish to purchase one and set them free, we don't care as long as it's aboard your ship and not in our lands.
Right.
But it's your business. But we have our Empire captures and hunts fair and square within our lands. Also know that many belong to noble houses, those who have been part of our civilization for quite some time.
Yeah, so we should watch our shiny Whistler over there, because man, I tell you, they'd have a lot of fun with him if they could take him. I mean, we won't let that happen to you, buddy.
It is forbidden inside the city.
Oh, that's great. Good news.
Though you should be warned, exiting outside would alleviate you of those protections.
I'm pretty hard to pick up. I'm heavy.
That may not be the issue.
You're definitely worth
Yeah.
more in gold than your weight, that's for sure.
Yeah, we just don't want to find you just your torso on cinder blocks. With just your upper half on cinder blocks.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that either.
Yeah, I don't think any of us would.
Christ.
You arrived. You are registered and safe as long as you obey our laws. You may find various games. We are currently celebrating Ruin Start.
Oh, nice. What's Ruin Start?
Ruin Start marks the glorious day we discovered the remnants of his armor.
Oh, nice.
Began mining it, building our civilization to see him once more.
It's pretty important stuff. Well, I hope you guys are ready to celebrate and be uncomfortable for a week. And I say this in particularly in the mind of who's going to get it? Yeah, Glenn.
I can't talk back to you, right?
With this you can.
Oh, okay.
but like, this one in particular is just simple things. This isn't the one for the bear in mind. This is the verdant ability one.
Okay. Well, we're on a mission. We're not going to do anything to interrupt that. And then I would head back to my ship.
Out loud, Mirasor will signal back to the greeting party. Much appreciate your hospitality. Really, we mean no harm. We're entirely interested in future trade and opportunity. Would you be open to possibly having some, not continued connections, but more consistent connections between yourselves and Dark Toad the Teacher?
Trade is welcome here. If you have goods to assign and go through, you may find it aboard. Officially, we allow any here who wish to pay a fee to dock. If you have something to offer, certainly the authorities, specifically if you wish to talk to Aram Zal. He is the market noble.
I ask mostly because while Dark Town no longer trades in sentient beings as previous administrations might have, Dark Town suddenly has interesting access to both knowledge and magical artifacts, and suddenly various forms of energy, or maybe energy methods not known before. So if your doors are open, if you're curious about it, I'd put in a good word for you.
This is certainly true. What, may I ask, type of knowledge?
I've heard recently that the library and the temple, whatever the hell that woman runs, they have an investment of significant books from faraway shores. Not exactly like magecraft, but like artifice. And the library appears to be very impressive, as I've heard. And the people coming out of it, the scholars, are impossibly strong at their craft. So that could benefit you in an indirect way, probably.
Oh.
Our technicians are interested in such things. I'll tell you, here in Notum Valak, we, particularly the Empire in general, may be more interested. That you'd have to speak to more representatives. We run things. We are always on the lookout for industrialization, more tech, this artifice you speak of, as well as kind of got some stuff looks at, if you would ever come across any tomes of Hemocraft. We have a vast study here of such things. All throughout the Empire.
That could be a quite useful connection. I think some of those tomes in the library might be exactly in that vein. Perhaps trading scholars or perhaps trading books could be useful in the future. I can't speak for the library directly, but I know they are massively growing their knowledge and stores.
Did you guys hear me before I cut out?
No.
I was like, do you guys buy ships? I see you outfitted your ship there. A lot of smoke coming out of it, though.
Oh, yes, this is the warship. Mostly equipped to take any who are foolish enough to raid our island.
Oh, we make a lot of good, fast ships there in Darktow.
You can inquire within. I would think it is entirely possible. Though, honestly, we don't focus too much on our Navy. It's mostly defenses.
Fair enough.
Having one or two. All this can be inquired within. See, shipmaster. Shipmaster Terran. Terran Poe.
Nope.
So
Well,
we
looks
have
like
opted for the iron for the most part. But yes, if there are things to trade, those would be the ones. Mostly Amezal is over most trade. He would, if you seek him, he could assemble the requisite people for your industries.
You're sure helpful.
Let's see. If you're seeking to stay within our city as opposed to your ship, we have one that is specially designated inn for visitors. It is known as the Bleeding Gut.
Okay.
Hopefully that's the name's from the stiff drink and not a knife in the belly.
It depends on the day. But there you find it's very good. Elsewhere, of course, there are no visitors are forbidden from staying in homes unless the proper paperwork has been filled out. The other one that you could are permitted to invest is the Elf's Mockery.
What if we find a cute lady or guy who wants to take us home?
Of course.
There is this ship.
This is
Fair
true.
Or their room at either inn.
Yes. Such things, shall we say, can get concerning. But
Oh.
it's not. He's like, honestly, it's not like we're a police you all that. If you so desire such company, don't want to make yourselves an enemy of the Grand Eyes.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm trying to tiptoe over any boundaries.
Honestly, they don't have much time to care. But if you piss them off, they will find you in violation of something.
Along the same lines, if you don't mind, then again, I'm assuming a prodigious amount of caution and discretion, obviously. Given that your trade port trades in sentient beings, what are the rules around hallucinogens, poisons, or otherwise things that alter the mind or substances that cause unusual states?
Within the port of Autumnvelak, these things are fine. Especially for visitors and those who service them. It is past the stone walls that it is quite strict. So we'll say, do not pass into the tunnels if you do not wish to be beyond the law.
Ah, I see.
The law within the tunnels is Well, to be clear, you have made yourself a citizen permanently.
I see. Entirely rational choices, yes.
However,
Shit,
we
like-
have no. I want to assure you, we have no desire in being a port no one uses. But you obey and don't cause trouble. Everything is
Entirely.
fine.
This would not be the first free trade district where the rules outside the port and the rules inside the port are quite different.
Before we leave this group, I use a bonus action to do something. I just want to create a bond with the little goblin creature. A telepathic one.
Okay. Sure.
But that's like right after we leave. I want us to get some distance and time away before I...
Okay. Yeah, and as they stand there, they just sort of nod and actually the goblin will speak up and goes, I am Magus Grendin.
Yes, great.
I will just say there is quite a trade for magical and arcane secrets or information studies. Very interesting. Within, you can find that. Let's just run over. And I'll speak for the Grand Eyes, and that generally speaking, for visitors, it is confinement to their ship is the most common punishment.
Safe.
Along with fines.
Oh.
Should you break
Oh.
the law, that is what they will go to. Certainly things like murder and to attempt to free a slave is to forfeit your own, these types of things. However, mostly that is, again, we wish to keep things functioning.
Yeah, don't think you have to worry about us much.
Very good. And they bring back a small chest, and in it there are these essentially like badges that can be pinned upon you that simply bear two markings. One of an iron fist, and then you see an approximation of the crest of Darkdove that you have in your flag.
Huh.
That have been made. He goes, this should identify you as official guests. Wear them, and that will help you and everyone know where you are.
Perfecto.
He goes, and lastly, the bleeding gut. If you so desire, you can hire an escort for official purposes, not nighttime activities. More to give you any information or to tour guide. They always have a list of people who are ready to help our visiting citizenry.
Thanks.
The information is greatly appreciated, Captain Aris.
Get our own tour guide. Get to visit a new economy. This is it's like a field trip.
You pay the tout by the day.
The what?
The tout, the kid that leads you around and tells you everything.
Yeah.
That's a daily payment, right?
Right, that's not 50 gold per day, is it?
Oh, for what we got into to port here? No.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Captain, should I be enhancing our returns on this trip, or should I not be?
Are you asking this while we're still on the bloody chain?
No. Later.
Okay. Because we hadn't established.
No, fair. I haven't left yet. God.
I think you can. Is there anything else you have for the captain here?
I don't. I think there's a question for Matt, not the captain. Was the fee that we paid here like the docking fee that you would normally do, like once you dock?
It was like the dock and resupply, right? You said
Yeah.
docking for supplies.
Not for supplies. This is just
just the dock.
you have to do
To get
supplies
supplies.
separate. Yeah,
Got
this is just
Okay.
it was a little higher than than in most docks, but yeah.
And then will each like thing,
Clearly done militarily is the real feel you get from this.
right? Each like grog, or like item is 5 gold each, I believe. You can just take that from the ship.
Yeah.
I got nothing left for Captain Oris.
Me either, except about 5 minutes after them leaving, I'm going to remember something, and I'm going to ask Magus Grindon where he got all his supplies and stuff exactly, because I want to know what his favorite shop is. And then I'll intrusively ask if he was born with that magic, or did he learn that?
Interesting. He responds. Yes. When I need to make use of the city, I like to go to the Hidden Pocket.
Right. And did he learn that magic years ago?
He goes, it's a bit of a riddle, though. You have to find the dark shadow of the green root. Good luck.
Oh, shit. Thanks, bud.
As my education, I was declared to have aptitude very young. According to my teachers, when I was still on the teat. And I was taken and inserted into the program in the capital.
Ooh. Kind of like me. Well, sorry, I don't want to intrude. We got about 4 minutes to talk. If you want to tell me your favorite color, or I'm just I just can't stop making a friend. Or like when I think someone's interested, so I'm like trying to talk.
Yeah, I think. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, I'm good at these. I actually think I got advantage because I'm a Verdant. Hold on, let me look. Dude, it's yeah. I just have automatic proficiency. Right. Oh god, that was a natural 20 for 29.
Nice.
I just
Starting
made it
off
fun.
strong.
Look at us making friends.
It was like, oh, it's okay, brother. We can speak in a native tongue. We're speaking Goblin and shit.
Yeah, they're speaking there, and he goes, I will have time in 2 days.
Ooh.
I will send you a message with the location, unless you have found the shop. I will go there first to see if you've been by.
Oh,
If not, we can talk more.
well, maybe I'll get to impress him. Yeah, sounds good. All right, see ya. Check you later.
Very cool. In that case, why don't we go ahead and do our break, and we'll get into dock. Alrighty. Cool.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. See, I'll make sure that Aiden's here.
Yeah, he says he's just eating.
Okay, Steven.
Keeps eating, or who keeps eating for Aiden? Like who feeds him?
I think he feeds him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He seems so skinny though. Like we should make this like a regular thing.
Probably.
Ah, man, shit. I know I feed me. I saw myself at the first session the other day.
Oh. Yeah. All right. In that case, we will begin. Now pulling up, you can see there. The vast area of the docks seems to be a place where there's a good amount of impromptu gambling. You see, again, various citizenry there. Some very clearly with metal collars around their necks, participating. One in particular, you see a group of dwarves, all consigned with collars. Behind them are very well dressed hobgoblins, bugbears, and the like. And they seem to be playing a strange game. They have a fenced area that they seem to be putting their hands into. You can see that it is filled with snakes. And there's these metal pieces, almost like caltrops, but they're rounded as to not be sharp. And they're throwing a ball down and trying to grab these pieces up and catch the ball while avoiding snake bites.
So caltrops with no spikes. That'd be like jacks, right?
Yes, it's the most metal version of Jax I've ever.
Hell yeah. Robin's definitely walking over to that.
They go, they seem to be calling snake jacks.
Nice.
Mere Store Owner's Breath says, "You should not play."
But I wanna.
He's going to play.
I'm going to. I'm gonna.
You should not play.
Why? Give me 10 reasons why. I'll stand here and wait.
Robin, I'll give you 2. You need your hands properly to look at the maps and to fix the ship. If you lose your hands, I'm leaving you here.
I won't lose my hand. Come on.
You will eventually. Yes.
You get bit by those snakes, and they're venomous. I'm not fixing you the poison.
Moreover, I do poison. The house always wins.
I'll think about it.
Don't think, just don't do. It seems exceptionally stupid to do this thing.
That's what makes it fun.
No. Fun is when you have a chance of winning. This is not that.
Can I just learn about it first? Are they playing
Then
for money?
watch and don't bet. The moment you
Okay.
bet, you lose.
Yeah, they are paying. They are betting money on this as they're going forward. You see a type of system, and it seems fairly simple. as they're doing this, people are watching, and it seems to be the ones that do it the most. Eventually, one or two are poisoned enough where they have to withdraw, and the last standing essentially gets the pot. People keep throwing in. There's like a call and raise function there.
Yeah, I was wondering who, like, is it the winner of the last standing, or who gets all the jacks, or what?
It's literally just who stays long enough. who can resist the poison for long enough.
Yeah.
The jacks is really just there for to make it look like a game.
Yeah. Oh, there's a scoring system there as well. Like there's part of it there. Part of it is if you miss the jacks, you are after 3 misses, you are disqualified.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you want to go up against a whole bunch of dwarves.
Let's be clear. You could have hallucinogens for cheaper. You could lose for cheaper. You could have no money for cheaper. But suffering, this could take a long time.
Actually,
and elsewhere, you see there's other. It seems like so. Again, as the docks go up, before it gets because again, it's like this crisscross area of planks. It seems all these seem to be here. There are various games. This is just the one that you kind of come upon first.
Captain, by your pleasure, I would love to go sell some things.
Let's make our choice on if we're going to the Elf's Mockery or the Bleeding Gut. Get set up there, and then you all can go about your carousing.
Understood.
Oh, man, yes, sir. I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
About what? My various wares.
Yes. Do you think there's a hallucinogen that can make
I
me
don't
see?
sell to crewmates generally, for the record.
Okay.
What specifically are you asking for?
Well, a concoction that can make me see my imaginary friend.
Yes, possible. Depends on what it is. And various snakes poisons are more expensive, but yes, it's possible.
But see, I don't think he's imaginary. I'm pretty sure he's real, but I just
Have you
can't
heard of a
see it.
purple worm?
No.
Do you know how rare they are? The idea that you never mind. I'll answer this tomorrow or maybe next week. What are you actually looking to see?
Well, I'm convinced. Well, I didn't really become tapped into my potential and my powers until I was able to talk to my imaginary friend. So I'm pretty sure they're the reason why I can do these things.
So how did you first enable your imaginary friend, or what caused that moment to become sufficient for you?
Well, I remember when I first was able to remember words, and through the stories that my
youngest
parents
years,
yes, that my parents would tell me stories, and I would try to make up stories in my mind, and I would talk in my mind, and then I would get a reply.
As if from a god, or as if from your own self?
No, as maybe like an observer of my mind, not myself though. Something that even saw the subconscious of what I wasn't really thinking of and aware of.
Explain.
Like they knew my desires and they knew what I liked, even before I really knew I liked those things.
Are you saying you got this second point of view in your own head that tells you what you want or need?
No, not really. It's definitely has its own desires, and I think it's its own person. But and it's not there all the time. I think they have to be with me, or at least close to me, to talk to me. But I feel like I always have the protection.
I have some ideas about how to unleash this particular perspective, but it requires me to buy or acquire some relatively difficult to get synergenic property, some frogs or snakes perhaps that allow me to unleash that part of your mind. It'll take some time probably to find them or allocate them, or at least reduce them down to a quality I can use. In the meantime, I'm very curious to hear about any other episodes you have in which you get these influences or ideas.
Yeah, sure. I'm willing to share.
And in the meantime, again, it'll take some time. We are on a ship traveling between various multitudes of places with lots of interesting pharmacology and especially toxicology, and frogs in particular. I'll keep an eye out. And when the toxicology seems right, I'm more than happy to supervise your experience.
Oh, yeah, that would be splendid. I trust you.
Then just give me some time and more shores.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I don't know. When I end up finding it, I'll let you know. But I end up talking to the goblin, Magus. Yeah, I kind of
goblin.
Well, yes, I'm kind of goblinish. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
No, I'm not dissuading you from the conversation. I'm just surprised.
Yeah. So he told me that there's a riddle of a Magus shop that he likes because he looked like a really like he looked like he knew the stuff. So I had to ask, and he said he likes to go to the hidden pocket, but it's kind of in the deep shadow of the green route. He said, so I think I must find the green route and go from there.
The deep pocket in the green route, you say?
Something like that, yeah.
And they buy and sell
magic. He says that anytime he needs anything from the city, he says he goes to the hidden pocket.
I see. In the first village I lived in, we had a place called the Hidden Pocket. It wasn't that.
Oh?
I'm curious about what this hidden pocket is.
Yeah, me too. And I talked to him for like 9 minutes, like 6 minutes or so, because I forgot something. I wanted to talk to him earlier, but then I remembered I got this connection with him, and we talked for like 6 minutes. And he seemed pretty cool. He says that if I don't find it, he'll find me in 2 days, anyways. But I really want to impress him, so I really need to find it in 2 days.
We could try.
But I know you have your things too, and I have already put so much on your plate, and
you haven't though. My plate isn't that full. I find your curiosities helpful in terms of buying and selling and producing something more valuable than we were actually set out for.
Perfect. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm glad I could help you too.
Shen, you've been exceptionally helpful. If you'd like in the future to help me buy and sell things, that would be fantastic.
Oh, wow. That would be awesome. I love talking to people.
Excellent. That's impeccable taste on your part.
Yeah, I mean, at least everyone deserves some time, right? We all got 24 hours or 20.
Well, especially when it comes to things that make you feel better or make your pains less painful. I feel like that's the least we could do.
Yeah. Well, thanks. And he runs off to catch up to Glenn, who he figures is trying to look at the map in many different ways, twisting it upside down like an old man, not knowing where to go. But I'm sure he knows.
All right. Well, now, as you get to getting onto the main dock, there is are paths that cut through this very wooden boardwalk-like structure in which everything is built. You see that it's almost like a trough was made and then filled in with what appears to be stone. Looking closely, you can see what looks like the impressions of hair, an eye, a ring, fingernail, all of stone. This kind of crushed gravel walkway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious as hell, so I'm going to figure out what's the source of that. And why do I think things were just suddenly petrified? Do I think it's just like
I mean, it could be a bunch of crushed statues.
oh, yeah, that makes sense. But what were the statues once?
If you want to make an Arcana check,
I will. I'm actually proficient in that. 18.
18. You look very closely, looking for the signs that your mind kind of goes to, and you see the signs of petrification.
I'm tiptoeing. Tiptoe through the window. I'm just going through, and I'm like, I feel
The
bad.
main road is made of petrified bits.
It might look like I'm weird, but I'm just like, I feel bad. I'm like, oop, sorry, but damn. Everyone's probably wondering why I'm doing this new hot dance, but it's gonna be the new thing, the new strut.
All right. Yeah, moving through that. You see a few things. Being called out, you see, get your seat for the light! Get your seat for the light! Stalkers, you see, look like there's this sugary thing that they keep honking out. And then, various wares, all kind of odd and foreign, that seem to be being cleaned out. You even see there's these bits of what look like pure orbs of darkness that are being sold.
Like magical darkness or like something else?
When you go up to it, it's like a pure black sphere.
Can you reach into it?
The person going, do you want to ask the person selling it? It's a hobgoblin female.
I'm gonna observe first.
Okay. You can see that people are looking at it, and it's as if they can pass their hands through it. And then there's special, what look like almost silver tongs. Though even from distance, you can see that there's a few gems encrusted upon them that they take and grab it, and it seems to actually stop at its borders, and they lift it up and move.
So darkness would then, with some special technique, to move it by itself.
Yeah,
And the size is what? About
2 inches.
wide? Okay.
There's just little orbs. You can also, as you look, there's can see that there are various accoutrements that one could use to, there's some wiring, there's things to make it into like a hanging ball, there's stands that some kind of make it. Looks like it maybe is for decoration.
Mirror will glance at it and observe, but not touch it at all.
Yeah, on it.
What's the seafood medley look like?
So like just them selling seafood on the outside of it. What?
Seafood.
Oh,
How much are they trying to pawn that for?
the Orbs of Darkness.
No, the seafood.
Okay, we went to seafood. I have no idea how we got there. It was my
I
brain.
thought you said somebody was selling seafood medley.
I don't think I did I?
Am I crazy?
I don't recall.
Honestly, I'm trying to pick her background because I forgot to do so.
I'm still
I don't
thinking
think
about
I don't think I talked about seafood.
You were talking about people selling stuff on the docks. I thought you were
I
talking
did.
about
I did
food
say
they were-
seafood though, but that's okay because there's seafood. I was just. Yeah. As far as what they're selling, the majority of what is here is octopus, with a type of fish that has essentially 5 mouths. You can see all like very with sharp teeth, and they're cutting it up and serving it raw like sushi or sashimi, I guess technically.
How much for that?
Well, what? Mawfish. Yeah, cut up like this. It'd be 5 silver a piece. Want a whole fish fillet? All right for you. That'd be
Well-
gold. Oh, 2. Sorry, it'd be 3 gold.
However you normally serve it.
Yeah. Actually, did a little bit. It'd be 1 silver a piece. So, 5 pieces, 5 silver.
That's a gold.
No. Well, no. So, like I said, I have that 15 gold. So, I'll hand him. I'll hand him 7 silver.
Okay. And you see, the meat of the fish here is like it's kind of has 2 shades, both pink and purple.
I'm just looking at it and I just take a bite.
Yeah. I mean, if your person likes fish, it tastes good. It's quite it has a lot of moisture to it, and you find your teeth cut through it pretty well. Just a slight pull. It seems to have been cut very expertly, and served well. And it leaves just the slightest, I would say, like a bitterness as a slight aftertaste.
Now this is right delicious. Thank you.
Absolutely. Fresh off.
Ooh.
And I hand you guys each a serving of this stuff. Because I definitely help maintain the grub by just like casting create food and water. So some days it's like yeah, we're getting the nutrition, but it's bland, so this is good. Or just on days where like I'm spent, it's like here's some good berries if we're running low.
So, do you do it by like a platter and hold it out, or you give us piece by piece?
I'm not feeding you all, so I hand you your little buckets or however it was handed to me.
It's wrapped in newspaper.
Literally, because if you were gonna hold out your hand with a piece, my mouth was gonna go towards the piece.
Just float.
I'm sure that happened like at some point, and so I learned to just hand you things because I held something out expecting you to just grab it from me, and you just like ate it out of my hand.
It's like, why is that weird? Why is that weird? I thought we were friends.
Robin takes his piece, says, "I thought about it," and he's going over to the snake game.
Robin, after we get settled.
He goes.
He just goes to the game.
Okay. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, I think I described it pretty well. What do you want to? Are you going to try to? Are you want to bet on somebody?
I want to try to join. I want to try to like play the game. It looks fun.
There is a disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say essentially they tell you about the how virulent the poison is, and how that works is for each bite, and there are silver snakes in here, has a potential of 4d10 poison damage.
All right.
All right, he says. I'm fucking excited for this.
To be clear, Master Robin, the typical things I might sell are half as potent as that. That is significantly more impactful to your physical corporeal self. The digestive tract in particular, or cardiovascular. As it turns out, that's a really bad bet in terms of your survivability. I'm not telling you the answer. I'm just saying, based on my long experience with various kinds of toxins and other very curious substances, I would not take that bet.
Noted. I'm still going in.
And you're an idiot.
Okay. Yeah, they're gonna say 100 gold for an antidote.
I see that,
Cheap.
and I'll just step back. Don't have that on me.
If you can't afford the countermeasure, you can't afford the bets.
Oh,
Find something else to do. Like, Robin looks like defeated for a second, and then like catches a whiff of something on the air, and immediately attention goes to whatever that was, and just walks away. He's found something new to follow.
I could pay for him to take the bet, but why would I?
Yeah, why would you? Wait, for entertainment, of course.
Morbid the most morbid of curiosities.
I mean, it would be. I mean, he's.
We need him, right? We need him for now. Yes. We need
I
him.
just start druid crafting something that I know has caught Robin's attention in other places, and start leading him to where I'm going.
But like, we need to make sure that the captain is.
Yeah, I smell it.
Keeps him alive.
I'm gonna roll some stuff to figure out what it would be. Hold on.
And it's constantly slightly shifting from one set to another. So you can tell it's like, wait, it's changed slightly, and that's how I drag Robin along.
Yeah, they kind of laugh as they're like, too. It's, I guess we have to afford the fine for mischief, should you lose.
Oof, man, that's rough.
Want something else? There's Terran's teleport. You can try over there.
Yo, let's see what Terran's all about, guys. And meanwhile, while we're like out and about, I'm like finding signs of a green root, whether that's trees or maybe a lot of money and choke. Like this looks like it could be green. There's a lot of money going around,
Okay.
but their money's not green per se, so they probably would.
Yeah, you look in there. Yeah, give me an investigation check. And then I'll say, looking at this, the game they actually talk about, there is you see that there is a stone tablet that seems to have some pieces that are cracked, and others where like the lettering is worn away, and it crackles a little bit with azure energy. As I'm Jared, you want to play?
What the hell are we playing? And I rolled a dirty 20.
I'll get that. If Ron goes up, he goes, it's really simple. We do a 5 gold entry, and you have an opportunity to win 20 gold. All you have to do is spend your time with this certified teleportation tablet. And we have its corresponding circle right over here, and about 10 feet away. He goes, once you complete it and activate it, if you end up over there, you get your prize.
Was there anybody doing this before we walked up?
At the moment, no one's doing it.
So you're telling me if you can activate the teleportation circle, you win?
With the tablet. Well, I should say activate it without, with all the layers of skin intact.
Oh.
So, just to be clear, they're all for the same. All the tablets for the teleportation circle is just how to activate it.
Right. See, we've got these. It's broke. And if you can get it to work without any mishaps, then you get your prize.
So it's fixing something? That's what I'm thinking.
Can I just look at the teleportation circle and, like, try and start copying the address for it?
So in particular, it is made so you can't quite see it.
Okay.
If you paid money, you'd be able to look at it more closely, as you would be observed. But like it's, even some people go, see, we do let you look at it so that you could possibly decipher and see the match on the tablet itself. But you know,
My skin comes off easy enough without risking teleportation mishaps. I'm good.
That sounds like too much thinking. I'm good. Ooh, red.
Maybe Olamon should give it a try. He ain't got no skin to lose.
Oman. I like knock his big shiny head. Think we can. We're not gonna be able to sell them, are we?
as well. If you don't like that, the only if you're looking for any action, you could try the sloth races. Those might be more your speed.
Rob,
You do see that there's people betting on sloths that are riding atop tortoises.
Oh my gosh!
And they have this kind of rank, and people are like, I got it. And it seems mostly occupied by a lot of older people who are like drinking and mostly chatting as they place their bets.
Robin will walk back and say, "Is there like, I don't know, a fighting pit?" Or like
What?
action?
What is these? There's just violence. Just violence.
Hey, I've been on a boat. We've been on a boat. I haven't done anything.
Not really. I mean, we don't do much of that. That's that gets the ire of the Empire a little more.
Okay. Let's go to the
I mean,
sloth
if you want
race.
the more actiony, the visitors in there, they do have happy hour.
Ooh.
Oh,
Sorry, did you say hoppy hour?
Yeah,
So they
Beer?
jump around.
while drinking.
Oh.
Spill your drink, you lose.
Ooh. What do you win if you lose?
What do you win if you lose?
Yeah,
you win.
there's
your
be
drink
some
on the
punishment, right?
Well, the way it works is everyone pays, and the winner gets free drinks, usually for until the next happy hour, which happens once a day. And there's a movement. You can see it. There's like all these squares. You keep hopping from square to square.
Wow.
It's hopscotch with a drink in hand.
Right. Oh, do I got? Oh, I almost forgot because Shin would have definitely almost forgot. Does he? Because he hears this and he looks back. He's like still trying to look for the green route. Does he see anything with the dirty swim?
Yeah, you're looking over there. So what you see, what you first thought was just a mountain. You start to get that this isn't really built into. Look from a distance, it was built into cliff face. As you get closer to the side where all this is attached, it is a petrified tree. In it, around it, in various places are Elvish inscriptions.
I think I speak Elvish as well.
Essentially, the gist here is that this once was a holy Elvish druid site.
Oh shit!
But no longer. And it was a living tree at some point, and it's long since petrified. And you do see like what makes essentially columns that have been, or not columns, but arches that have been built around, do seem to be petrified roots.
Oh, this place definitely has a certain type of appeal to it now, but I sure bet it was beautiful back then. Well,
And a fun little thing you see as people pass through the root arches. Doesn't happen like you just kind of catch it. Is someone will suddenly, you see them walk through and they shrink suddenly into a cat, and everyone laughs like, "Ah, he got druid! The druid's got up!" And after a minute or two, they kind of, everyone laughs. And it goes, looks like drinks are on you. Yeah.
Oh man. I think yes, that if we can follow these arches and maybe these petrified trees, that might be our green route. I just need to. I think I can find it myself, but just need to find the dark shadow of the green route, and then I'll find the pocket.
I'm keeping an eye out for both the Elf's Mockery or the Bloody Gut.
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to pick a face first. Then we'll go find the green room. Well, I'm going to go find the green room.
You can see where people are, and generally people will tell you. You do see there is a I would say much what looks like damaged wood makes up of this building you come to. Probably was okay when it was first done, but it just looks like the walls, at least walking up to it, the exterior ones seem to have been replaced and repaired several times. and those repairs replaced again, and more replacements replaced, such that there's just different types and shades and weathered conditions of the wood that make this building up. From what you can tell, it does seem to be fairly sound as far as the roof, though it has a myriad of shingles around it. And there is a stone sign that, as you look, might have been a quarter portion of someone's back with the shoulder, where it has been engraved upon it a vulture over a stomach, and it's like tearing it apart.
Well, that's appetizing. And I just walked in.
That's it.
I walked inside.
Oh, you walked inside. I thought you said you walked off.
No, I walked
I'm like,
yeah.
I thought you like got disinterested, and you were like, "That fuck this." All right, well, I'll follow you inside.
Oh, perfect. In that case, as you come in, you see a very raucous area here. It's it was almost entirely goblinoid races outside, except for much of those you saw wearing collars, which tend to be a mix of humans, dwarves, and elves. You see here is more what you're used to seeing in a port. A myriad of different backgrounds. People look at you and some go, "Yeah, we got newcomers!" And go, "Hey!" And there's essentially, except for the staff, an absence fairly noticeable of goblinoid. Apart from maybe one or two that seem to be there, but clearly dressed differently than what you saw outside. The seems to be mostly run by a single person, this extremely large woman of definitely you can tell is from Bugbear. She has this dark blue fur on her, but has elongated, almost elf-like ears that come out, and almond-shaped eyes that have just this verdant green shade to them. Hi, welcome to the Bloody Gut. I see here for repairs, I assume, or pleasure.
I just hold up our visitor badges.
Yes, I saw this.
Just restocking.
Perfect.
Captain Harris.
How long you here for?
A week.
Good supplies. Fair enough. How many rooms?
I look to them to see if they're bunking together.
I can bunk.
I guess if you want any rooms for your crew, a few crew rooms or not, it's up to you.
What's the rate on crew rooms?
Our officers. So we've got officer quarters that can sleep up to 3. And then I do have the crew bunks below. That really just come with ways to put some dividing curtains up between the different crews themselves. I think we'll go out, looks at a book. I've got 30 left out of 100. As far as officers' rooms, so what you find your standard in? We've got 10 total.
Why don't we just take 2 of those?
Yeah, give me two officers' rooms, and I'll take 23 of the crew bunks. They'll have to sleep in shifts if they don't want to sleep on the ship.
Excellent. Let's see here. Each bunk is a silver a week. So that's 23 silver for the crew. And officer rooms are 3 gold for the week. Fine. So it's 11 gold, 5 silver.
All right.
Right. So that's your room.
Yeah,
We
just
do
give her-
have
give her 14 gold, and I have no more money.
How did
14
you?
gold.
How did what?
I had 15 gold. He said we had 3,000 for the ship. That doesn't mean that I get that.
Okay.
I didn't. Hey, that's what I had from when we made these characters. Unless I missed when Matt told us that we had more money.
I just used the block that he gave us, and that's the starting gold when we first were doing all these characters.
What block?
It was
Yeah,
like
I gave a starting block before
it ends up
to use for all
being-
the characters.
it's like 1d10 times 25 gold plus 150 or something like that.
Because in the one, because I know we got the one uncommon magic item.
Right, and then on top of that is like your starting gold with that stuff.
Right.
And to be
That's in
clear,
that same table that you're.
No, yeah, but I mean, my equipment is definitely just like standard campaign stuff. But we got an uncommon magic item because we were at 9. So I just had my 15 gold.
Right, because of the way you made them.
Yeah.
But so what you should have is
Is it just the 500 plus the 1d10 times 25?
Yes.
Something like that.
Okay. All right.
Which I always usually say to 250, so it'd be 750 would be
Okay.
your starting gold.
Sure.
Yeah, I had my math came out to 725 when I did it, but yeah, it's exactly what I started with.
Sweet. Paying for I try to be a generous captain. I don't make them pay for their own rooms, but they might have to sleep in shifts if the place that we're staying just doesn't have enough for everybody.
Doing the 3 gold would cover. She goes, all right. Let's mark down that you all have the you have slop privileges.
Hey,
For
thanks.
another 5 gold, you could have the we'll call it the water beer.
What is it? More water or more beer?
Depends on the day.
Oh.
I mean, we've got you can single order drinks. Don't get me wrong. It's just sometimes people just want to have all they can.
Yeah.
It's not all you can eat stuff. You can order separate dishes.
Fair.
It's just we have the so I was just kind of keep adding to it, putting leftovers, keeping it warm. People just eat it as they want. It usually has enough nutrition, but tastes
Like Captain's cooking.
inconsistent.
Just like Captain's cooking. This is why we have Miras.
And you can see
Well-
it's like just things you would never put together in one big bowl.
Oh yeah, I'm
You keep putting it
imagining.
together, and it's just, and you look, you're like, there's enough bits where you're like, this would keep your body functioning.
I'm imagining that the water beer is like the leftover beer under the tap that pours like out of the cup, at a bar.
the cheapest of grog's grog, like the swillest of swill.
Yeah, it's like that is like the unlimited. It's like you can see it's like something like, yeah, y'all can have that. If you want anything else, it's your dime. Is sort of the
Right.
general vibe that people do when they come here.
Well,
Like, I'm not gonna
Oh.
starve on my watch, but
right. Well, what is everyone planning to do?
other than that, I do say sometimes it is tradition for crews to have the rock, if you want. It's usually about 25 per rock.
I'm sorry, what's the rock?
What's a rock? Do you not know what a rock is?
Like an
Oh, you
actual
were
rock.
being literal. I thought you were naming a drink or something.
No, we have a roasted rock.
Oh,
Oh, the bird.
Yes.
Oh, whoa. Huh?
Ship Street is usually first night. Like, I only do it their last night. It just depends. But usually it's the first one. They're big, here's this, and they feast together. Is this? We do need. Yeah. If you order it now, we can have it ready. I do need about a day to prepare it, though.
Honestly, I'm Captain. I would love to indulge.
Well, that is 25 gold.
Captain, I would love to indulge, and I'll put down 5 gold.
Is this rock big enough to feed my crew of 52?
You need 2 rocks.
2 rocks. All right.
I'll put down 5 gold that still stands. Okay, maybe 10.
That's right. And we put size, potatoes, dark carrots.
Ooh, the purple ones?
Mm.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So how much did Chin put down?
10 gold.
10 gold. I'll put the 40.
I've got 5 to contribute to the cause.
Oh. My
Oh,
man,
Milan, I feel weird taking your money for food. You don't even eat, bud.
right. I was going to say, can you even enjoy it?
It feels weird otherwise.
I was just like, do they give you taste receptors? Can you taste?
Honestly, when I drink things, it just gets staticky, but it's fun to try.
Oh, so it's more of a sensation. Well, I guess tasting's a feeling. Well, that's weird. Okay. Well, thanks for offering.
Absolutely.
Here's my 5.
Oh, look at everyone's offering up, Captain. You might be able to get that water beer after all.
I'll happily provide the captain with wine if he needs that.
Wines, we do have fair selections. Goes between 1 gold, 10 gold, 50, and 100 per bottle.
Holy shnipies.
I imagine you might have some maybe Marquesian wine, like of the apricot plum variety, the
Yes.
not difficult stuff, but like the higher end of not terrible.
Marquesian. I have to look. I'll look and see what we have.
Northern Marquesian in particular, if you have a chance to dig in. But if you can find a bottle for less than, say, I don't know, 35 gold, I'd be curious.
Because shall we say a bottle of 20? We'll call it 25. And I'll have Marquesian if I can find it, or something similar to what you're describing.
I need to see the bottle before I will pay 25 for it. But the idea is good.
Fair enough.
See what you have in orders, please.
Right. Excellent. So it's just 1 bottle for the captain. And
The 5 gold for the watered beer, was that for the full crew, or was that specifically for us?
the water beer.
Yeah.
That's for your whole crew.
Okay. I give her 5 gold.
Okay.
For that. That way, they can't complain that, if they want more, they're already getting this rock on me, and they have food available should they want it. If they don't if they want to spend their own money, then that's their prerogative.
Yeah,
But they can't say that they're not fed while in dock.
Yeah,
that
that
true.
is basically the function of this menu.
Oh, question. Do we have any of the, because I'm a spellcaster, so do we have any of the, like, moneyed material components to start off with?
Yeah, because these characters you made in such a hurry because we were doing the
Okay.
encounter with them. It's like, yeah, you have what you would. Yeah, not a big deal.
All right. Do each of you galoots have your diamond? Because I'm not paying to bring you back.
You'd have to use that from your starting gold. Yeah.
We're required to have a diamond?
I didn't hear that. I didn't get that when I signed up. I didn't tell the other guys that they needed to bring a diamond either.
No. It's an officer requirement. Bruce is going to have to scrounge up gold for that too. I can't just have my officers dropping dead on me.
Oh no.
To be clear, the average cost of a diamond resurrection is probably 1,000 goldish.
Oh, I definitely don't have that.
That's not small coin.
No.
Well-
300 is what I need. From
300. Oh,
And I don't need it. You need to get that because you're not allowed to just die on me without me trying to bring you back the one time.
It sounds like a boat's problem, to be honest.
sounds like an escrow problem. Sounds like we should just set aside little bitty vaults with our names on it, as if we're dying, and then when we die, you get to cash those in.
I can't believe this is BYOL.
Who wants to come back? though? Never mind.
Bring your own life.
300 gold for a resurrection.
As if life couldn't be taxing enough.
Or cheap enough.
Speaking of, aren't you supposed to be selling something?
Eventually, yes, I will.
Well, you first.
Just be back in time for, well, I guess that's tomorrow. So yeah, go about your businesses.
Are you going to come try to find the green route with me? Well, I think I kind of found the start of it, but it could be fun.
What is that?
Oh, yeah.
And where did you hear about it?
I'm sorry, I told Marissa. So, I thought that the Magus Gundam was very interesting. It seemed pretty powerful.
Who's that?
And put together. The little small goblin next to the captain that we met.
Oh,
Magus.
they didn't introduce themselves, so I only recall the Captain Aris.
Oh, yeah, his name was Magus Gundam. And I think he did. You just must weren't paying attention. But it's okay. That's what you got me here for. Anyways, so I ended up talking to him, and he told me. Well, we became really good friends over the 6 minutes that we talked, and he likes the color lavender. And anyways, so the green route. I asked him where he would buy his stuff if he was in town, if he needed to buy stuff for magic. And he said it was at the Hidden Pocket. And he said that the Hidden Pocket was actually in the dark shadow of the green route.
All right.
He said it was a little, but even better. Like, since I became friends with him, he told me if I didn't find it in 2 days, he would send me a message, give me directions, and meet me there. But I want to impress him and find it before I meet him.
You're trying to find a place, huh?
In what tone did he say that he would find it and go there with you?
Well, I think with just all my talking and just my interest in getting to know him and asking him questions, that maybe he just thought that I was good to hang out with. I don't know. He seemed like he wanted to check in to see if I was capable enough to find it on my own, but that I was also interesting enough to possibly talk to afterwards and share knowledge or things like that.
Okay. Just make sure that if it's a romantic interest, that you don't get caught by these grand eyes.
Well,
You either bring it back here or go to the ship.
Well, he seemed very intent on being keen with the Grand Eye. I think he actually came from the school in the capital. I guess he was born with innate magic when he was a child. He's weaning on tit, kind of like me. Wow, we do have a lot of Kaiman. So cool. Except he's small goblin, and I'm like goblin-ish. Weird.
Yeah. Real weird.
Anyways, are you coming?
Yeah, sure. Let me just let Bruce know what's going on because we left him on the ship because he's the newest appointed officer. So, yeah, and I will send a sending letting him know that there's 23 beds that they'll have to figure out amongst themselves what rotation they're taking to sleep in at the Bleeding Gut with gruel and watered beer.
Yeah.
And a festival for tomorrow, or a big group dinner for tomorrow. All right.
yeah.
Shin, Robin, just be aware that dwarves have an innate resistance to poisons. So if you're going to try to go bite for bite with them, you're going to lose.
Noted.
And-
Don't believe
and I'm
you,
not-
but noted.
And I'm not going to be there to extract said poison or keep you alive. And I'm going to just cast Goodberry and 2 to each of them. And be
Wow.
like, don't bite off more than you can chew.
You should ask Amelie to come with you. He could probably use that flute, like close the holes and suck it right out of you. It'd be a little staticky, but maybe it'd be something different from what he's usually trying. He doesn't taste. It's like, never mind.
What?
Omeron, don't feel obligated to suck anything out of anybody unless you want to.
The poisons from the snake that he's gonna go play the Snake Jacks game.
It's just it's the sucking part that threw me through a loop.
Is it the lack of lips? You can't get proper seal?
I just heard that, like, if someone gets a bite, that sometimes you can suck the venom out, and then you gotta spit it. Like,
That's entirely false. Don't do that.
oh, that's not what they said when I was a kid.
I don't know where you grew up as a kid, but that could just potentially poison you as well.
You
Don't
would
do that.
use a
What if you
tourniquet
just spit it out like immediately and don't swallow the
Yeah, there
poison?
you go. A
I
tourniquet
think
and then seek an antidote?
To be clear,
or a
poisons
healer.
aren't Venoms. Venom's not poisons.
I was just gonna say that venom is not poisonous.
Not
No, yes,
necessarily.
but if
Not
a
always.
venom that you are sucking out of somebody else or attempting to suck out of, it was venom because it bit you. If you then get some in your mouth and you have a wound in your mouth, it will have a similar effect. Don't suck venom out of people. Period. Get a healer.
Unless you know for sure you don't have any open wounds in your mouth.
I'm writing this down somewhere, and I'm going to make a scarf out of it. Don't suck venom and get a healer.
Miraster, Omelan, who are you going with? Are you coming with Shin and I to find this? What was it?
The Green Route, well, the Hidden Pocket is our end destination, but I'm sure the journey is going to be real fun.
That
I mean,
or
I could potentially have a thing. I might have a thing to maybe help. DM, could I use Grim Psychometry to like try to narrow down a location? Like learn more. Like you use Grim Psychometry to do something with us.
To do what specifically?
Like
What is-
try to
what
like
what does psychometry do?
Yeah, what is
Well,
that?
it's recall information. Oh no, this is about the sinister or tragic history. Never mind. I just saw it said recall information or something about your current location. So I guess never mind then.
About the
I love-
sinister or tragic history of an object you're touching,
Or
your
the
current
location you're in.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm sure you can learn a lot about what the hell happened near that Druid Grove. Maybe if you touch that tree. Touch the tree. Touch the tree. Touch the
I'm
tree.
imagining Shin's just saying this into Robin's head.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. No, he's like with these voices, he's going to find this. He's just gonna find a tree.
No. The petrified one. The one that was turning people into cats. Come on. Follow me. Shin.
Okay. And he'll follow Shin.
Man, it's really easy to distract him.
Yeah.
So, what specifically do you want to go and look for?
So I think we're gonna go back to the petrified tree that we first saw, and I'm, gonna let Robin use.
To
his
be
thing.
clear, this tree is about 1,000 feet.
Oh shit!
It covers this rock face. It is this tree. That's
Nice. Okay,
Is
then I'll have Robin touch one of the roots so we can at least learn some of the history of it, and maybe it will give us a better depiction of the heart of maybe what the green route is or what.
I make sure they don't go into the tunnel to do this.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you don't you'd get a DM warning. Are you sure you want to go into the tunnel? No, you're not gonna,
100% sure.
I'm not gonna trip and stumble into the tunnel.
yeah, I'm very sure.
So you're not gonna, SAO Alicization us. We tripped and fell into our finger crossed into the dark territory. Okay.
You
sweet.
see, I slipped on a slick rock, and then I fell down this little hill, and then I bumped off this rock, off this branch, and now I just wound up here. Crazy. Whoopsie.
Touch the tree.
Okay,
touch
so
the tree.
Grimstone Tower gives you advantage, or
Yeah, advantage on a history check to recall information about the sinister or tragic history of an object you're touching or your current location.
Okay.
Dude, this is nice.
So total history check is an 18.
Looking at the tree, you see, even within this, looks like evidence of fire and almost siege weapons impound the writings and the structure of the tree. You recall the breathing of a battle. During the time, this would have been of the Calamity and Divergence, where Betrayer Gods and Prime Deities fought. That in and around this entire site was supposedly a battle between Malura and Bane, the Ruiner. With Bane, part of him falling here. It was bad here because he came after one of the major areas of her druids and the armies. While there was a victory after the divergence, when all the deities were locked behind the Divine Gate, was the uprising of what is referred to now as the Iron Authority, an army of goblinoids that came, conquered, and killed, taking over the area, imprisoning, enslaving, wrecking the Druidic orders, stealing all their knowledge, and in a absolutely profane gesture to the Druids and disheartening, sapped the life from their Evertree, and thus petrifying it. Where that energy and life went is a matter of much discussion and debate.
Metal hole.
So after getting all of this, recalling all this knowledge, Robin just spit back out. used to be a place for a god, big tree god, other god, evil god. They fought here. You know, calamity and stuff happened. Divine Gate, bye. People came here, attacked the druids, hurt the tree. No one knows where the power went.
You think if we follow the tree, or what used to be the tree, to its trunk or somewhere near it, or deep roots, that we'll be able to find the dark shadow of it?
Robin just shrugs.
Robin, B's more respectful of Melora's name. She's the reason you're still alive.
Okay. What's Robin's religion? That has put two and two together in Robin's mind. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Sorry.
Hey, don't look at me. She's the one that'll smite you.
He looks down at the tree, then up at the sky, and just steps a little bit closer to Glenn.
It's not exactly literal, in fact.
Hey man, you never know with gods.
Well, it can be. They can make it very literal real fast.
Yeah.
Okay, fair point.
Yeah. Okay, so well, I'm gonna walk this way. I walk north. And hopefully there's some trees north.
You head into the tree. Bang! Ow!
Oh shit. No.
Hey, look out. There's
Shit,
a tree.
what was the description for where the Magus told you this hidden pocket was?
It was a riddle. He said it was in the dark shadow on the green root.
And what was the green root again?
That's part of the riddle. I guess we must find the green root. And when I observed, I saw these arches and the tree, and the arches sometimes turn people into cats, which was kind of funny. Maybe we could just follow the arches somewhere.
You're lacking for a coherent thought, aren't you?
I have a childlike wonder, and plus, I'm probably nowhere near any of your ages. You guys are old.
The fact that I'm not slurring tells me my drugs are too few at this point, but you make no sense at all.
Whatever. I saw a archway of petrified root that turned someone into a cat, and then they got made fun of because people said that they had the druid on them, like it was the cooties.
Nice.
So let's find someone to expose to archways or become cats. Same.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of cat you would be. You'd probably be a black cat or a tabby cat if they're mean.
I normally don't have non-psychedelic days. However you perceive it, cat or not cat, I am game.
Okay. Well, archways. Do we see any like clear root archways around here?
Yeah, so what specifically are you looking for here?
I guess like that, looking for the archways, and then like kind of like Wall-E style, looking for signs of greenery. You know, like life, and if there's any remnants of that, and an actual green. You know, like wall.
Okay. All right. Then it would be a nature check.
All right. Okay. I pull up my big boy britches for this one. What does photosynthesis look like? Ha!
Wet green things?
That's okay. Let's over here. Okay. That's gonna be 16.
16? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're on the tree and try to follow the roots that are mostly above ground here that move, sometimes make the arches, sometimes are large areas where they've built like tiny bridges that go over it, or have used them to make a raised portion of this dock city itself. And you find yourself getting very close now to the edge of the city, towards the jungles. And what you come upon is trying to just follow the routes. You follow like a good 10 to their end, and that you don't see anything crazy. Then you find one that just towards where it wraps and kind of curls up above the dock, there are tiny leaves that seem to be sprouting, and there's just this edge where it's not petrified.
Ooh, look. You see that? That there is some photosynthesis at work.
Photosynthesis.
Yeah, I learned it. That's where So, remember about that voice in my head? He knows some shit, let me tell you.
Sure.
Did you know that there's these little like animal things that are like on your hands that make your hands icky when you touch things? That's why he says you should wash your hands, but I don't listen.
Robin looks down at the hands, shrugs, and just no.
Is there a bud of any kind, whether even if it's like a leaf bud, on that spot that he's pointing at?
Yeah.
I'm gonna druid craft to make it blossom, so now there's just the one leaf.
Okay.
Mirstor looks over and rolls his eyes at Glenn.
So, does this leaf or this branch that's alive, does it cast a shadow somewhere in the high afternoon?
Yeah.
You guys, Shin is quite literal. He's a 19-year-old kid, all right? Give him a minute.
As I seeing this, it is the way it casts a shadow, and here at this time there is as the sun is up, it has a shadow, and then there's a shadow of the tree itself that kind of goes along, and the two intersect in about a 1 foot diameter, where it is a piece that's darker than the others.
A piece of the
shadow.
Oh. Okay. I will go over there and examine it a little closer, seeing if there's actually something there that's maybe like invisible, or if something's like causing that area to obviously be darker than.
Well, so it looks like it's just where the two shadows intersect, like more light is blown.
So it's like a
okay.
road that's blocked.
Right. So so then I'll take the arrow, I guess, then, because it's intersecting, right? In a point.
Yeah, and then there's an area.
Yeah, and then I'll go there.
So you come where the intersection is, you kind of feel where you touch the ground, your hand actually seems to go through it like a hole.
Oh. And I dig around. Do I feel like this is a large area? Like a sinkhole type deal?
Dig? You don't widen the hole.
So before we go too far, Mirstor is going to wrap a loop around the back, if possible, of Shin without him noticing, maybe, and have some rope on him, and simultaneously rubbing his gums with some weird chemical of some kind, maybe some mushroom, who knows? Just back off a little bit and give him some room to play, but loop him in.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
Because the first
fucker go.
Because the first good thing that Maris should do with X, because while he's occupied, he's looking around, he's like, all right, and he sticks his face inside.
Yeah, it's very cold. I mean, I guess I would say noticeably cold, because it is something even here. And as you stick your head through, you at first it's pure darkness, and then you find yourself looking down at a very nicely made wooden ladder that blossoms pink blossoms, pink petals rather, along with yellow cherries.
Ooh, I pick a cherry and I eat it. I smell it first and see if it's sweet or tart.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay.
You eat it, and you feel strange. And all of you watch their body shrink to about 1 foot.
Yes.
Well,
Yes. I done
Does the
found
rope
it.
hold?
It's probably loose now. I'm probably
Does the
fell out.
I mean I was aiming to tie into your belt loop probably, but like does the rope hold or is it
It would hold, like if you got it around, yeah. I think
Oh, yeah.
because technically be wearing, and yeah.
Mere
So
Store, having shepherded many people on various strange trips, leans back a little bit to make sure he can't fall through.
I said, I found it. I found it.
You
It's
found
down here.
something. Tell me what you
Oh my
found.
gosh! You
Explain
guys are tall.
to me. Good Shin, explain to me what you're experiencing right now. Describe to me what you're seeing.
I feel like I've gone backwards.
And you look in here. This room is just surrounded with greenery, plants, and blossoms of just about every conceivable color. And there are trees that seem to be growing here in this under earth area from green roots,
Huh.
making seats and tables.
Without clear light.
Correct.
Yeah.
You can probably investigate this more, but this is your immediate, like you're taking in a lot all at once as you're shrinking.
Come on. I don't know if anyone wants to be shorter, and maybe it would make the traversing easier. But there's these yellow cherries that taste kind of good. They also make you small. If you're weird about that, then I don't think it's forever. But I was small once, and it's not the worst thing. I just was a little smaller than that, or a little taller than this.
Mirror Store topside looks around to the rest of the lot and says, somebody has to supervise. Shin's obviously off his rocker. I'm more than happy to parent for the moment. Sadly. If you want to go down, at least let me attach some rope so we can put you back out again. This is unusual to say the least.
My question is, what happens once the shadow's gone?
Can we know?
Unless the shadows are just identifying where the illusion in the street level is.
Possible.
And
If that's a concern, we can just pull the whole thing out and come back later.
I'll where Shin stuck his face, I'll stick my face to see what the hell he saw.
I will tie a loop on him as well.
Robin's already tied a rope around him and is like about to hand like the other mirror.
Yeah, you absolutely look in here. You do see, as you all look, there is a. You just pick out some people kind of hiding. But there's almost like a bar. It looks like there's some tea being made. There's a unfinished game of Dragon Card Ante and Dragon Chess.
Does it look like the only way for me to get down would be to eat one of the berries?
You can't get your shoulders through. So
Okay. I mean, I don't know what the length of this shrinking that Shin's experiencing is going to be, but it looks safe enough.
Hearing that, Robin, if there's enough space, we'll just like reach past Glenn, pulling the
Robin,
insert.
I don't know that you'll need one.
I mean, I'm 3.5 feet tall. Shin's a foot tall now. I think I might need one.
And I used to be about 3 feet tall.
Okay, I believe you. I think everyone was at one
Well,
point.
no, this was
Maybe
like
not Goliath.
2 years ago.
Fun.
I had a really, really big growth spurt.
I didn't.
Well, still look like you're growing by the minute. Any day now.
I take a cherry and I just start heading down.
Yeah, Robin eats one too. Just to feel included.
Is everyone going on down?
Will you?
Oh, you're muted, Will.
Shit, you're right. For anybody going down, I will stay up top and loop them all in so I can pull them out if I have to. Because like I feel like I'm supervising an LSD trip here and shouldn't be directly involved.
One in or Tim collect.
On a trip, but you're the one tripping.
Oddly, your dealer is actually a pretty good host.
So Vikvar at this point is going to stumble up behind them, see them all grabbing the berries, grab a handful, pop one, put the rest in his bag, and then just hop down.
Idiot.
Robin's probably like half a foot tall now.
And also, as Miraster goes to tie something around him, Vikvar is going to undo it.
Or you could die. That's fine too.
All right.
Don't
and,
recall, he asked the captain earlier if they were taking applications for death.
all right. So that sounds like the everyone except Miraster.
And Oman?
Oman? Is Oman going down or Oman?
No.
Do it. Do it.
Who's going to make sure that Miaster doesn't die?
He will die eventually. Matter of time.
Wait, so it's just Miraster left up top?
Yes.
Miraster's trying to parent the whole lot at this point, ironically.
The druggy parenting a group.
The druggy keep an eye on the trippers. Yes.
I think at this point, I'll hang up here for moral support and
It's fine.
yeah.
All right. Then, as 4 drop and 2 stay guard, we're going to end for tonight and pick this up next week. And watching, we'll see what they got themselves into. See you then.